Who are the Asur? An enigma to men and dwarfs, who know them as High Elves. At the center of the great ocean lies Ulthuan, a paradise created by the Old Ones. But when the stellar gates collapsed, demons flooded the mortal plane. All was lost until Anarion the Defender strode forth. The first Phoenix King vanquished the demons with the aid of the Archmage Calador Dragon Tamer. It was Calador and his elven mages who created the Great Vortex. A swirling maelstrom that siphoned the excess magic, withering demonkind. With the world purged of chaos, the elves took it upon themselves to become guardians and stewards. The twin-tailed comet is oft seen as an omen. But this time, its wake brought great peril.
The dragon with two tails flies lower than before. Its trail disturbs the vortex.
I have felt a change in the winds of magic.
Then write it, brother. Lead the mages of Safari. Bring all in the White Tower to bear if you must.
Such lore is currently beyond us.
I suggest a scrying ritual in the Pool of Isha. It may provide us with the answer.
Such a ritual requires fragments of fallen waystones. Far more than we have.
Then we find more. Make ready your ritual, Lord Master Talarian. You will have your fragments.
I shall start the search in Lustria.
Lustria?
My brother will search here, in Ulthuan.
Why do you care so much about the greater world?
Why do you not? Stay here, brother. Protect Ulthuan. But I venture beyond our borders.
And while you meddle in far-flung continents, I will ensure you have a home to return to.
Hello everyone, I'm the Desk Chair General and welcome to my channel. This is my first ever video, and to be completely honest, the main reason I'm doing this is because I get bored of campaigns. Like, I've been playing Total War since the original Rome, and I first discovered it actually when the first Shogun came out. I remember going with my dad to one of his friends and they were playing it. That's really what got me into the series, and I've played most of the games since then. Now the reason I'm bringing this out now is I really love the Warhammer Fantasy World. I've known Games Workshop for a long time. I love their Middle Earth series. I really love 40k. I do love the Warhammer Fantasy World, the older one, this one. I have to say though, I've never really got into it on the tabletop version of it. So definitely when Total War brought this game out, it definitely spoke my interest. And the only reason I haven't really been that into it before is because of my PC, to be honest. I've recently done a complete wipe. The only thing on my SSD now is the Windows install and Total War Warhammer 2. And the load times are just so much better. It's actually enjoyable, because before that it would take me a good 10 minutes to load the game. Then between turns it was okay, the load time between turns, like going through all the factions. But say if you had a battle, because I like to fight them all personally, that's what I'm going to try and do for this campaign. It would take, I'd be able to go and make a cup of tea between the time I pressed on start battle and the time I actually got to deploy. Well, it's a lot better now, as I'm sure you'll see. If at some point with the recording, if it does get a bit longer, I might cut them out. I really don't know yet, so we're just going to see. Of course, another advantage of recording this and putting it up on my channel is you can give me feedback. I'm not the best player. I'm sure you'll see that in no time at all. It's quite basic on the Warhammer front, the stuff I know. There's a lot of the game I haven't had the chance to explore yet because of the limitations of my PC. I should be alright off of this campaign though. I'm fingers crossed, no crashes, nothing like that. But we'll see. But anyway, here we go. So I really want to play with Tyrion for this one. It's a straightforward campaign. The High Elves probably one of the easier ones to use, so that's definitely a bonus for me starting out properly here. Of course, I've done a few smaller starts just to try and play. I've tried out a few of the different factions, and I really want to get into it, but I feel like I really need to understand all the mechanics that this game has to offer first. So that's why we'll be playing as Tyrion today. Of course, difficulty, I've got both on very hard, and I do want to meddle with chaos, so I've left the invasions on. Well, let's see if I regret that, but without further ado, let's jump into the campaign. Of course, as I was saying, if these load times are too long, I will cut them out. That's not a problem at all for me. I'm going to aim to have hour-long episodes each time, so I'll play and record for an hour. So if I do end up cutting them out and the videos are reduced to 50 minutes, that's no big deal for me, really. I guess we'll just see where we go from there. But it does seem to be okay for the minute. I mean, anything under 3 minutes is really a bonus. I'm not really sure the impact of me recording though. Okay, so I'm at 42% of my GPU, 16% CPU, 91% of my RAM. I've got 8 gigs though, so I've got the minimum requirement on that side. I've got 19 FPS though on the loading screens. Yeah, so it's really my RAM that's the most impacted at the minute, because I've got a 8th Gen i5, I've got the NVIDIA GTX 1050 Ti, I think. Yeah, the 1050 Ti, and I've got 8 gig of RAM. So I should be okay to run this while recording it at the same time, but of course before this gets uploaded I'd have gone through it and decided whether I think it's worth uploading, and if it's not, I'll evaluate there. Okay, here we go. The campaign begins.
Glory to you, Prince Tyrion, mightiest of the Aesir, gatekeeper of Ulthuan. The Druchii threat is at your very door. EATAINE is occupied. You must purge this menace. You are not alone in your fight against the insidious Druchii. Other Aesir houses inhabit Ulthuan. They could be allies, or foes, if you will. Nagarond looms, sending constant threats against Ulthuan. Even now, they establish footholds within sacred lands. Others of your kind will surely fight back, but can they be trusted to succeed? The inner and outer kingdoms must unify, but beyond the shores of Ulthuan, where should the mighty elves go? The question is put to you, Tyrion.
Okay, how they play. The influence system, that's going to be massive. I have tried this campaign before quickly, but I've tried it a few ways. I've tried being pretty nice to the other High Elven factions. I've tried absolutely going for them. I'm going to try and not declare war on them. Of course, if I'm left with no choice, I will. If it's preemptive, I'll try and avoid it though. I'm going to try and not spill any other Azure blood, but of course, if they declare war on me, I will defend myself. So, the influence, that's the tab that's right here. I can use it to my advantage, and I probably will end up using most of my influence on the other High Elven factions. Everyone else just really doesn't really matter to me. Okay. Okay, so espionage as well, that's something I noticed. That's a really powerful tool with the High Elves. I'm sure everyone who's played the game knows this by now, but trade agreements with the High Elves, you can see whatever the other faction has going on in their territories. That's definitely something I'm going to be trying to make the most of there. Okay, the first chapter, occupy, loot, raise or sack 4 different settlements. And in EATAINE, you've got 3 that I'll need to go through. I don't know if establishing a colony would count towards this objective, but it will probably be taken by the time I get there, because as you can see I've got Dark Elves with me here. And that's definitely going to be a bit of a challenge from off the bat, but I'm looking forward to it. The one thing I will say though is Tyrion's army does start quite weak, so I'm going to pull him into Lothern. I'm just going to go on a recruiting spree. I don't think this will be enough to take the fight to them. I'll probably spend a few turns recruiting here.
Standing by.
Perfect. So we know that the Tower of Lycian, you'll have to correct me if I butcher the names, has a small force here, 9 out of 20 units. So that and the garrison will definitely take me, but I want to see what they've got over here as well.
Setting the pace.
Okay. Okay, so this is their capital as well, and all harpies. Harpies can be pretty dangerous, so can shades, from my experience. The one thing is just focus your archer fire. The archers are going to be mainly what wins the game for me with this faction, and with the other higher one factions. Just the range here. If you look at the range, you've got 180 range, say, compared to even the shades, they only have 130, and that's still quite good.
Ill considered.
So I've got my hero over here. Let's see if we can get some influence off the bat.
Destruction.
For the next turn, yep, so next turn I'm going to be getting some influence, so let's look at him. And I'm going to need a lot of influence to start this campaign to get everyone friendly towards me. Let's just have a quick look at the diplomacy.
Relations with foreign powers may be managed
Safari,
through
that's
diplomacy, my lord.
Safari is all the way up this side here.
Carefully before accepting it.
Okay, I should have turned the advisor off beforehand. I'll do that after this video is recorded. But yeah, so they're going to stop me essentially from pushing up this one side here, and they don't like me. I don't want to declare war on them, because I'm going to be pretty busy with Dark Elves, I imagine. But at the same time, I can't just leave them without trade, I can't leave them without a non-aggression pact. But Tyrion here, as you can see, I've already got a non-aggression pact with, and they're pretty friendly, so let's see if they'll take trade.
I agree.
Great, I need all the trade I can get for now. And Kelidor, that's the small kingdom here. They've only got 2 regions, that's not a problem at all.
Words and fine
Let's see if they're both on. No, this first turn here, everything's going to be a lot more complicated than I would like.
Would you make of the Phoenix King? Most
Ooh, that's a surprise. Illyrian have gone for trade with me.
I cannot do
But they won't go for non-aggression. But the way we're looking at it now, we're getting 117 extra income a turn just through those 2 trade agreements. That's definitely something that I'm going to try and make the most of. Research. Military advancement, study what I can do. And considering the faction I'm playing with, I'm probably going to go for archery first, the reload time. The less amount of enemies actually reach my lines, the better it is, so I definitely want to level them up as much as I can. Okay, so I can get Lothern going as well. The military camp there, you see, it only gives you the recruitment of light armoured archers, and if you compare the 2 of them, the only difference is the armour and the melee defence. The melee defence by 4, and the armour, well, by 25. I honestly, for the extra cost at the start of the campaign here, I might switch them out eventually. I'm just going to go with the normal ones. I can't afford to disband these to recruit the light armed ones. I really want to get stuck in as quickly as possible. Perfect. Nothing else to do. Let's see what happens here. I'm glad my income's so high though. An extra 1800s on the first end turn. I'm going to be able to get some construction going and get the recruitment up still. The quicker that Tyrion here has a full stack, the quicker I'll be able to deal with these Dark Elves. I'm not expecting them to come raiding this turn yet, but we are going to get to the point where they'll come and start raiding me in Lothern. I just need to go for them. Okay, so this is done. Archery. Of course, I probably won't get to benefit from that for the first battle. Alright, let's get a stronger line of spearmen going. Let's get 5, and then I'll spam the rest with archers.
Your orders?
Okay, what can I build here? No, the building plans are here, so I can go for... Now you see, the level 3 settlements, all the little ones can go up to level 3, but only the big ones, the main settlements can have anything above that, so I'm probably going to prioritise something that can go all the way to level 5, so I need economy, so growth, I need growth, but at the same time I am growing right now, so I'll have more slots in a couple of turns. craftsman, yeah, that would be good, but I can have that in a minor settlement, so I'll wait for that. I'm definitely going to go for the plaza, because if I remember correctly, I get a quest to build the promenade here with Tyrion. And of course getting all the way to the amphitheatre, plus 30% on entertainment buildings. And of course you can get other modifiers, although I don't really know what the other modifiers are, so I'll have to discover that as we go. And that, of course, if you know anything, please give a comment and I'll look into it. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the influence again here.
Smash it to ruin.
Perfect. And I want to get him up more as a campaign agent. I'm not going to be using him as battle as much. He will be there to replenish troops if I need him. But look, the influence at the start of the campaign, I probably can't do anything with it yet. No. Can't do anything with it yet. But that's a lot better than it was. I'm getting some influence. And of course, once I've got rid of the Cult of Excess here, if I get rid of them, of course that's not a given at this stage, I'll be able to send them up to sort of scout out what's going on up here. I know Avalon's here, and you got Safari here, and of course from that little intro we had, we got Dark Elves up here as well, so I'll probably send him that way, and get him getting influence off of those territories there. I'm recruiting, done all the building I can. Let's see what happens on this turn.
Dark-hearted fools. Protector of the Everqueen.
Right, I'm happy with the melee capability of this army now, but I need more archers. Let's get another 3, then I'll take the fight to them at the Tower of Lyceum.
Nagaroth breeds weak warriors.
Same story.
There will be carnage.
More influence, please. See, it's slowly going up. We'll be able to do something with that in a couple of turns. I'm surprised that no one's come and took the shrine here, though.
Servant of the king.
Yeah, one turn these are built. I'll take him with this army up to take the Tower of Lyceum, and I'll occupy that if I'm successful.
Madness.
And from there, hopefully, I'll be able to snowball all the way to Angerial and take out their capital. Well, that's the plan, at least. We'll see what happens. Okay, they haven't come to raid me yet. I'm quite happy about that.
Champion.
That would have been pretty difficult. I'm not going to build anything yet.
What do you require?
I am going to use my agent though, because now I get an additional 2 influence per turn when I use it. Plus 4 per turn.
Warriors.
And I'm just stacking this. I'm going to get a lot of influence this
Tyrion,
way.
heir of an area.
No, I know I can
Servant
hit that.
of the king.
What have they got here?
Short-sighted.
Dark Shards, Dread Spears. They've got Bleak Swords, Dread Spears, Dark Shards. They've got 2 of each in the garrison.
No mercy.
Okay, it's calling it a Pyrrhic victory. I think I can do better than that. I mean, I'm going to avoid auto-resolve anyway in this campaign, just because I like the attachment you get when you fight everything manually. That might be the reason that I've dropped off so many campaigns in the past. So definitely initially, until we're steamrolling, I'm going to fight them all manually, because I really like the units in this game and the graphics as well. There's a reason I'm so happy I finally got this game working on my PC. The switch to SSD is just absolutely life-changing for this game. I've even been able to put the settings a bit higher than I would usually, because I used to have the unit sizes on absolute minimal, the textures on minimal, and it would still take so long to load. And now I've got it on the SSD. It's not too bad. I mean, I reckon if I had a high-end PC it would be fine. I mean, I have got a gaming laptop, but it is a few years old now, so I got it in 2018 if I remember correctly, so it wasn't the top of the range then. It was a decent laptop, but definitely doesn't compare to some of the Alienware models or some of the newer newer ones. I mean, I've got a 1050 Ti in it, and it seems to be okay now. Let's just see how much FPS I'm getting. Yeah, FPS 4. Well, that might be a bit of a problem. 934. Yeah, it's just while it's loading, it drops. GPU's at 100%. Yeah. Yeah, so it'll probably downgrade the textures, but to be honest, it's working. I'm having fun with it. I don't see the problem. Okay, so bring all the troops back. And I know I've got the range superiority, so I'm going to want to position myself to let them come to me. I don't want them to run off. Oh, no, I did that too early. I'll lock their formation, especially on the front line, because you can just push with it that way. I mean, the amount of coverage I'm getting from the archers here is going to shred them before they can get close to me. I want him in the front line. I'm going to use him to tank a bit, and I'm going to use my spears as just a holding force, and then I'm going to use my cavalry and the White Lions, the Great Axe Infantry. I'm going to use them as the hammer in this manoeuvre, and I'm also going to need the cavalry to take out their archers, because they still have 6 units of archers, although they're not as good as mine. It's not going to be very nice for me. Just look at them walking down. My archers are going to start firing any second now. It's going to be pretty. I do want to check that. Yeah, they're on fire at will. I've been known to do that in the past while taking the skirmish mode off. And they're going down. Of course, they're all going to come in. I could launch an attack. I will probably launch a counter strike, because when they get close enough.
Defender of Ulthuan.
Let's start it with Tyrion now. And if you use shift click, you can tell them to move in steps, because I want this to happen. And now everyone forward. And my White Lions are going to come around like this, and we're going to take them out. You see a lot of losses now, but this is just a fresh army. Like, they have no buffs, they have no experience to boost them. Of course, I'm going to take more losses than I'd want to on this one, but at the end of the day, it's the first battle of the campaign. I will be able to replenish with the boost at the end of the battle, given I win it. But my main priority now is just taking this settlement. Ooh. They've took a hammer in. Right. I want you to focus on those archers. These two, I'm going to chuck in and save Tyrion. Right, you're taking fire as well. Right, they've shattered, they won't come back. So let's plunge into the rest of the archers here.
We will obey. To the fray. Forward.
It says victory is in our grasp.
It will be done.
I've lost too many of the cavalry to my liking. I should be okay though. Right, you two get that one.
It will be done.
And you go for their general.
Serve the king. Purify. Heir of Anarion.
Yeah, I need to get the boosts from the research. I need to get the red line on Tyrion boosts. Once all that is done, right, send him over there. Right, I can take these. Oh, they weren't on guard mode. I'm gonna just run into the enemy now. Here we go, victory. I've lost more of my men than I'd have wanted to, but at the end of the day I've pushed through. It's calling it decisive. That's really good enough for me at this stage. We're just sailing into the campaign. They're fresh units, as fresh as they come. But still 176 losses, that isn't that bad. One of my units is pretty bad off. My Silver Helms, I'm not happy about that, but that's micromanagement more than anything else. We still came through. They had so many spears, so many archers. There's not much more I could have done with the way I played that one. Of course, if you've got any advice to give me on how to use them more efficiently, please feel free. I just felt like going after their archers, that was the best way forward. You see, these loading times aren't really that bad in my opinion. I'm quite happy to wait these out. Although if there are a few that are too long, I will just cut them completely. But it does give you a bit of time to debrief after a battle or to prepare for one beforehand. So if I've got something to say, I'll leave it in.
A glorious
Now, of course,
victory.
decisive. Nearly 2 grand in loot. You see, this is where my early game economy is going to come from. It's just going to be me just going for it, trying to get as much money as I can from battles like this. Of course, occupying it though, because this is my home province. I just need the settlements.
Of the Everqueen.
See, because Tyrion's ranked up. If we have a look at Tyrion himself here, the combined elites, if you get to level 3, it gives you +8 melee attack and defense, and I do get some bonuses for my cavalry. My Illyrian Reavers get +12% missile strength, and they also get +10% speed for those in the silver helms, and the +12 charge bonus. This is what these two, the Bowmaster as well, where you get ammunition and reload time reduction. This is where I'm going to be going first heavily, and after that my units will have some experience. The army will be a bit more capable. From there I'll be able to do pretty much what I want. Okay, so what can I build here? I can't build much. I'm going to build a homestead. I'm going to upgrade the colonnades. Of course I don't have money for this anymore, so I'll probably go for the Grove just because I can get the White Lions and the Untainted. Well, there will be a time where that Untainted is going to make the world of difference, because if I remember correctly, there's a Dark Elf faction that comes for Toranrock that spreads corruption. And of course we do have the Vampire Coast as well. We have the Galleon's Graveyard here that sometimes will declare war on anything that moves. We'll see how that goes for us in this campaign.
My lord, the
Trade
rival
of
power
Calador.
desires a change in your mutual relations.
I'm not going to say no to that at all. The more trade I can get at the minute, all non-aggression from Illyrian now. Gilgallion has seen my potential. We're neighbours now, there's no one between us. Oh, if you see the Shrine of Azurian there, they've just walked out of Angariel to go and take that. I think I need to get on top of that as soon as possible, because their units will be replenished, and they won't have had time. They won't have had time to build the garrison up yet. So I'm going to force march. No way out here. No enemy agent. Okay, so I've still got a couple of. I've still got +4 influence per turn for 16 turns. So this is going to go up. Can I hit any of these agents? 42%. 42%.
I will dispatch.
Success, he's wounded. He's not dead, he's wounded, but that's good enough. He takes him out of play for a few turns. Okay. Causes fear when fighting against Dark Elves. Okay, that's good. That's a good trait to have. I can use him, especially against units such as Witch Elves, which I absolutely hate. Okay, and now I can go for the Grove. I don't really know how to use Great Eagles properly. That's definitely something I want to explore. The flying units, that's all a bit new to me really. Of course, any advice is welcome. I'll try and use that the best I can. But my main priority here is hitting them as hard as I can on the next turn. Hopefully they don't move out. No, my luck, they will.
Greetings. The
Nope.
Phoenix Court will hear your
Canador.
words.
Non-aggression, of course, completely happy to. I'd rather not fight against other High Elves. Oh, they've moved out. If they've gone over to Angerial, I'll just go and take them there directly. Oh no, the Shrine of Assyrian. I'll go for that first and work my way down. Archery prowess. Okay, that's a lot better.
Never.
Oh, the greenskins are sending agents around.
Short sight.
Okay, so these are recruiting back up, so I do need to
I
deal
live
with
to
them.
serve my queen.
Right.
Seal.
See if I can
Ready.
wound the other enemy agent here. No, no chance. Okay, so we're just gonna.
Destruction.
Ooh. Yeah, they know what's going on now. They're pretty aware. Okay, so spear wall now is what I'm going to go for. Just because I'm going to need that extra attack to defend myself. Because of the way I'm playing it, I'm using the line, then pushing that line out and flanking. The harder my front line hits, the better. Even though I'm using my archers primarily. You know, get the growth going in the settlement as well. I'm going to get the haven next turn. But I still want everything to be as big as possible, just for the garrison size at this stage. I'm surprised they haven't tried to come and intercept me, but I am slightly stronger. What's the garrison like here now? Shrine of Certain, they won't tell me into. Right, lethal etiquette, hero success at plus 10%. Let's see what I can do with that.
Your aim.
Let's see what I can assault the units. Okay, hit them a bit. I might get that skill going up a bit as well. Just because if I can weaken armies before I engage them, that's just so much easier for me. Okay, so we've got 2 bleak swords, 1 dread spears, 2 dark shards. This won't be very complicated at all, it's just same principle as the previous one, just better. I'm going to make sure, well, they don't have as many archers, I can engage their bleak swords, draw them in with Tyrion, then just flank them and charge with the rest of my units. So this should be a 5-minute battle if that. Well, now I've said that, it's probably not going to go my way, but they're the general tactics I'm going to employ at least.
Heir of Anarian. As you said,
Right, let's go for the same thing.
spearman, loyal,
Right, so I need
for
to
duty.
put my white lions this time. My white lions are going to go on this flank. Just because that unit's the weaker one.
Archers, it shall be done.
I'll take them off skirmish.
Heir of
No.
Anarian.
Now they're hidden, that's
Silver
good.
helms.
I'm going to hide these as well, if I can. There. Okay, I won't hide them. This should be a lot less complicated than the previous one, but again, saying that, let's just wait and see what happens. Well, this is perfect picture for a thumbnail. Just waiting to charge on him. Oh, bit of a lag spike there while Steam took the screenshot. I mean, I could have extracted it from the video here. Yeah, so where's the range? Okay, they're just going to come into range.
Shield of the Ever Queen.
No, and
Vanagarov.
just look at that. I did get the Blood for the Blood God DLC, just for the visual aspect, like the enhancements. Of course, I haven't got to witness any decapitations and the limbs, and I know there's a lot of stuff like that happens, especially at the Vampire Coast and the Von Carstines. I haven't had the chance to play with it yet. I really want to, and I will. Right, now charge in with Tyrion. Okay, these are going to come from me. Let's teach them that that's a mistake. Charge into them. My white lions are turning. They should make short work of bleak swords. Yep. That was just as quick as I'd hoped it would be. Down battle, no need to draw that out. Yeah, I'll probably finish reconquering EATAINE, the whole province, before I call this a day. I did say I wanted to do hour-long videos. I think that's about right, especially for this first one. I'll make a decision whether I want them to be half an hour between now and next week, though, because I'm going to be bringing this out on a weekly basis. So I've got plenty of time to make up my mind before then. I'm going to record it, just sort of edit it as much as I can, which isn't going to be much. I'm not going to try and hide that. I don't really know what I'm doing. This is more of an experiment as well. Everything will get better over time, but today being the first time I've done this, I hope it all goes well and I hope you enjoy it.
For my queen.
Perfect. I lost 3 in that battle. I'm not sure exactly who. It was the bleak swords that got them. It'll be spearmen, won't it? Yeah, spearmen. Right, occupy again. Because this will replenish during the end turn, and they'll still be a lot stronger than I was to go and take that. Yeah, he's done everything he can for this turn. So the Shrine of Tyrion, we get the special building here. It gives you garrison, and look at all the benefits it gives you. Public order, +1 to untainted, minus 45% for worship buildings in the province, minus 5% all regions for worship buildings, minus 5% upkeep for Phoenix Guard, rank +2 for Phoenix Guard, recruitment duration -1 for turn for Phoenix Guard. So from that point of view, it's a bit. Yeah, I can't really go wrong with getting that. Right. Tyrion's got, yeah, just the 1 point. So as I was saying, we're going to put it in combined elites. The melee defense for the spearmen, just off the bat there, that will help the line hold up a much longer. So if I come against a similar sized force or a force that's stronger than me, I will have the time basically with my defensive line there to hold them enough to be able to flank, whether it's with the cavalry I've got, or even if I need to flank with archers and just pepper them from behind, I do have that choice. Next turn I'm going to go for Angerial. We're going to see them outright. Hopefully, fingers crossed that's the plan. And that'll probably be where we wrap things up for today, after I've took that reunited EATAINE. The Brayherds. Actually, where are the Brayherds coming from? Okay, so they're in Lustria. Okay, so I've got a settlement upgrade.
Shield against
before I do, assault Marathar's units. Yeah, let's keep him as a tactical aid more than anything else for now. Of course, once he's got all that. Okay, so I've hurt. Okay, so he hasn't got the Harpies anymore. I've hurt the Shades. He's got a lot of Black Ark Corsairs. Dark Shots. Okay, so it says it's a Pyrrhic victory, casualties minimum. I'd lose all my spearmen if I was to auto-resolve it. So I'm pretty confident that I'm going to have to charge in. My cavalry are going to be the main deciders on this one. Especially because the Shades, if I remember correctly, they've got the stalk ability, so they remain unseen until we find them. I think they get the Vanguard as well. with the amount of archers I've got, this shouldn't take me too long. No, and same principles apply. Of course, these spearmen are more replenished now, just because of the turn that I sat in and the Shrine of Assyria. Of course, lock the formation because I'm probably going to charge as soon as they get too close. I'm going to take these off skirmish mode. I don't want these to stop firing for anything. Put them in guard mode even. Now I've got my this flank, white lions and the chariots, Ithilmar chariots, and then I'll put the silver helms, shielded silver helms on the other side. They've got a lot of ranged infantry. I'm definitely going to have to do something about that. Because if you look, they're not going to be long before they're in range. Look how short their range is compared to mine. Especially these Black Ark Corsairs, sorry. And they're just going to get pretty peppered as soon as they come in range. I'm not sure what their defense is. Let me check their defense actually. No, their defense is 28, so they're quite strong in themselves. They've got a lot less ammunition. Their range is 70. These are 125. Mine's 180. I'll be peppering for a long time before they even get in range of my troops. They have more melee infantry than I thought they would have, but I guess I wasn't taking. Ah, there they are, the shades. Guess I wasn't taking into account the garrison. And what range do the shades have? 130. So they're probably the best unit they've got. My lord is under attack. I'm still getting to grips with the controls a bit. And now that that's done, actually I'll get him to go there. And no, oh, then charge. Bring these rounds. And I'm just going to charge in. And these are going to be pulled up. The quicker I break them, the less casualties I take. So I've got to take that into account. And of course, if I can keep the missile troops on the move unable to fire at me, the less casualties I'll take. These dread spears, they're gonna go. They're not gonna be long for this world. They've been attacked in the side. They've got some units running for it already.
Spearman.
And I'm gonna try and get these spearmen to come round the back of them here.
The greater good.
Ideally, I want to pull out and charge back in.
We will obey. Orders received. For order.
And charge into them.
Archers.
They haven't quite gone yet. Like they still have the possibility. Oh, I accidentally selected that one. You get into the back of him. You go into the back of them.
Silver helm. Heir of Anarian. Ithilmar chariots.
This is going okay. Nothing too worrying so far. Of course, they've got a buff going on. I'm not quite sure what that is. I'm sure one of you in the comments would know that's played as the Dark Elves before.
It shall be done. Understood. Asa, move.
Victory is in our grasp.
Silver helm.
Why aren't you running for it?
Ithilmar chariots.
Oh, these have took some damage.
Move.
I'll get them moving.
Assure warrior. Orders received. Kill them. It shall be done. By Alario.
Oh. They were wavering there. Their morale wasn't great.
Heir of Anarian.
Right, they're gone.
Kill them swiftly. Defender of Hulk One.
You're going to attack there.
Archers,
I'm just going to go 100% for them. Yeah, they're starting to go. Yeah, victory. This will be the victory.
Time to go. Odious Druki.
Close victory, yeah, I lost more men than I should have. At the end of the day, I've still got a sizable force should anyone declare war and try and come for me. I will be able to defend myself. Don't forget that I've got the garrison in Lothern, which is particularly strong to start with. So that on top of this army coming in to reinforce, I wouldn't be worried at all about losing the campaign already. Yeah, just look at the experience my archers have got off that. They're going to be the backbone of my army, and I just need to make sure that whoever's in front of them protecting them can withstand whatever any enemies throw us. I did lose 155 there, like my spearmen is still a bit too weak. I don't really know how to counter that for now, but as long as I'm winning battles, things are okay. Oh, I've got a banner, Scarecrow. What does that do? Constant flying. That'll be good for an archer unit actually. Let's put this on the first one there. They scare away flying units. Okay, occupy as well. The agent's gone. Completely destroyed the faction. EATAINE secure. Scar of Excess destroyed.
Tyrion, heir of an area.
Angero. Yeah, I'm going to build this one up first because you have the wine resource here. And the more I can get from trade, just look at the minute, I'm getting 293 from trade. I need to get that way up, way up.
I await your command.
Of course he's done something this
Champion
time, but
of the
Tyrion, level 4. Now the melee attack and defense +6 for spearmen, silver and guard, rangers, archers and Lothern silver guard units. And plus I've got the speed and the charge bonus for the silver helmets I've got in my army here.
Defender of Alpha.
That'll be a lot easier for future battles. Okay, so I've got a commandment. Patrols, tribute, rebuild, rally, or banish. Okay, so there's no corruption here. I don't need to rally, I've got an army already. Tribute, money wise I'm okay. Patrols, I'm not at war, so I'm going to go for growth. So we'll end turn, see what happens, and then I'm probably going to end it for today. On the end of the turn here. It's been a great start to the campaign, everything's gone my way. Especially on the difficulty level, I don't think I've done too badly. I've lost more of the Asura have died to get this far, but I don't think that's going to hamper us in the long run. I think we're doing quite well, we're pretty much on track. I do need to consider diplomatically where we're going to go with Safari. They don't want to budge at all, and of course we've got the Greenskins to deal with. And we'll probably get more high elf invasions. So what's going on here? Okay, so the Greenskins have half of this settlement. And they really don't like me. It's deteriorating. They will probably go to war with me.
Noble son of Ulthuan.
Okay,
Tyrion.
so he doesn't need replenishment.
I await your command.
I'm going to send my noble down there just to see what we can do about it, what they've got, if they've got forces here.
If I must.
Okay, they've got a Lawmaster Hoeth going around doing the wrecking havoc in their territory. They are at war. So their military's probably distracted trying to take them out. Oh, they have got an army here though.
Now they'll see.
But these fresh.
Ulthuan's defender. Tyrion, heir of an area.
So for the next episode we're going to keep on building up. I need to decide which way I'm going to expand. I'm going to work a lot on the diplomacy, and let's just see where this campaign heads me. I'd rather not declare war on other High Elves, but let's just take things one step at a time. And again, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Please don't hesitate to subscribe or like this video. It would do me a great favour if you could comment, just give me some thoughts on what you're seeing. I know I'm not the best player, and that's kind of the reason I'm doing this, to get better at the game and to actually force myself to complete things. So please, any feedback is more than welcome. Thanks again, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.